So I'll go ahead now and start building T2. Any questions in the meantime while I'm building up Tier 2? Let me know. If you guys don't mind while this is building, give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna go grab another bottle of water because I just finished a cold and my throat is really, really dry. So I have a problem talking. In the meantime, make sure you follow. At the end of this stream, I'll be giving out away a German commander, like last time. So please follow if you're not following. And I'll start explaining now the Tier 2 units. So as the game goes, and again I'll start and I'll explain more about build orders probably later or in another episode. You want to, as soon as you can, you want to upgrade to Battle Phase 1. Battle Phase 1, which gives you access to Tier 2 units. Okay, so Tier 2 units, you have the Panzer Grenadiers, half-track, scout car, and the Pack, which is an anti-tank gun. I'll start by explaining the Panzer Grenadiers, and again, like any other buildings, you can set a rally point. So depending where you set the rally point, it will come out. Most of the map has 2 exits here, so they will come out closest to the rally point. So it's a good idea to set a rally point. You don't want to forget about the units that just came out from that you just built, like staying here in the middle of nowhere in your base. You want them probably you want to probably set the rally point like somewhere behind maybe the middle of the map, like here. Maybe not that close, you know, but in cover. Make sure you set the rally point in cover, like that. They're at least in cover, in case just in case you forget about them. And you can change the rally points during the game as well, like that. If you want let's say you want to send those units closest to here, so set your rally point here. And if you want to send your units to the east side, set your rally point to the east side. So the Panzer Grenadiers are equipped with some machine guns, which are really effective against the basic conscripts. So I'll ask my partner here to bring some conscripts again near the ammo point or the middle VP. So with the Panzer Grenadiers, they're very effective if they're closer to their enemies. So it's a good idea to bring them as close as you can as to your opponent. So there you see. If I bring them close, they'll start killing like crazy. I'll tell my mortar to hold fire. You see how their health is going down? And it's a good idea to, if you see your opponent retreating, you can still chase after it, so you eliminate the whole squad. And like I explained last week, it's a lot more expensive to build a new squad than to reinforce an existing squad. So your Panzer Grenadiers, you want to use them up close. They're your type of assault unit, so don't be afraid to push forward with them. They come equipped with a bundle grenade, so you can throw it anywhere within this circle. It has decent range, and that's effective if you have a bunch of units stuck in this area. It will do a lot of damage. For 45 munition can be good. Sometimes if there's only one model here, it will only kill that model. So make sure that there's a bunch of units in that area of effect. Like the Grenadiers, it can heal other units at Vet 1. And what's interesting with the Panzer Grenadiers is they can be upgraded with Panzer Shreks for 120 munitions. So during the early, well, during the start of the mid game, um, if you have if your enemy was able to build a T-34 pretty quickly, it's probably a good idea to go with and if you don't have, and if you're not planning on having any vehicles of your own soon, if you it's probably a good idea to go with the Panzer Shreks. They're pretty powerful. You have to make sure not to lose that squad because it's a big investment, because the Panzer Grenadiers do cost a lot, 360 manpower plus 120 ammo to upgrade them with Panzer Shreks. But the Panzer Shreks are very effective and they do have a good range. So that's a good way of dealing with early scout car. They'll kill the scout car almost automatically. T-70 and T-34. Now, I'll just ask my partner again to bring the T-34. So now the only thing that you have to be careful with a Panzer Shrek squad like this is not to lose that squad. Like I said, it's a big investment, and not to lose the Panzer Shrek also. I forgot if I explained that or not last week, but your units, when you upgrade them with LMGs, so light machine guns, like I had with one of my Grenadier squads earlier, or if you upgrade them with G43s or any weapon like this, they can drop if your squad dies. So and if they drop, your enemy can pick it up. So if your enemy picks up Panzer Shreks, he's gonna use it against you. And like I said, they're very powerful. So if you, for example, if you want to try to be in cover when you use them against tanks, because tanks will do a lot of damage to you. So as you can see, it's already down to half health almost. But a little trick here, I didn't explain the half track, but what the half track, what it can do, the half track can reinforce your can be used as like a forward command post if you want, so it can reinforce your units. So you can keep your half track in the background like this, and reinforce your Panzer Shrek's squad while it's fighting, or keep it nearby. So let's say you keep your half track here. You're fighting with your Panzer Shrek squad, your Panzer Grenadiers. It lost a man. You can just, instead of retreating and then bring them back to the battlefield, you can just soft retreat, as we say. So soft retreat is not retreating. It's just it's not retreating using the retreat ability. It's just retreating, going back more towards your base. So now I soft retreated towards my half track. I reinforced the squad, and it's good to go fight at full. With 4 men again. So that's a little trick you can do. So that's a good time for me to explain the half track. So the half track, like I just said, a big advantage from the half track, and most of the time, if you're gonna play Germans, you'll want to build one, is to use the reinforcement ability. So any squad near it will be able to reinforce. So that's a huge advantage, and it doesn't cost anything, or it just needs to be near the half track. It does cost your normal reinforcement cost, but I mean it doesn't cost anything more than that. So as you can see here, if I click one unit and I press R, And like I said, R is your hotkey to reinforce. So today, after today, I want you to be using T to retreat and R to reinforce. So learn those two hotkeys and try to learn one more every game. Another one that's important is your grenades, your rifle grenade as Ostier. Remember that it's E and F for your Panzerfaust. So let's say you see an enemy here. You don't want to be go and clicking this and then use it here. Just press E and click, and you're gonna use your rifle grenade really faster than then you just if you go look for that button. So what you can do again is use the half track as a support unit, and when I say support unit, it means keep it in the background, because the half track is a light vehicle, so it will get damaged fast from any anti-tank weapons or tank. So you want to keep it like in the background here. So when you're fighting with your infantry like this, if one gets a lot of men killed, you can just bring it back here and reinforce. Okay. The half track can all be also graded with flame projectors. So I'll just wait for that to finish. Before I upgrade them, you can see that it can transport troops. So that could be a good strategy sometimes if you want to bring some troops to the front line fast. Or if you want to, for example, if your enemy, sorry, if your enemy has an MG, let's say, and I'll just show you now that we have how it's gonna kill the scout car really quick with those Panzerschrecks. You can hop in the building to surprise you. Oh my god, that was a lucky shot. So this is a good example now. You see the Panzerschreck is dropped here. And somebody can pick it up. So it's a good idea that you pick it up. So try to stay here and fight for this position, because you don't want your enemy capturing this Shrek. So what I was gonna say here is, let's say you had a machine gun from your enemy that was pointing in this direction. What you can do is to flank it fast is you can use your half track with some troops in it, so they don't get suppressed by the machine gun, and then you can unload all your troops behind the machine gun and shoot it and hope to kill it, or at least make it retreat. So now I'll upgrade a half track with the flame projectors to show you what it does. Once the flame projectors are upgraded, you cannot put infantries in the half track anymore, but you can still reinforce. So if ever you were using your half track to transport your troops around, just keep in mind that once you upgrade the flame projectors, you won't be able to do that anymore. Since the half track is a light vehicle, is very it can be damaged by small arms fire. So any like the rifles from the conscript on the Soviet side, or if it gets hit by a mine, will get like half of its health reduced. So you have to be very careful with your half track. You know, if it goes against conscripts, that's fine. If it goes against a tank, get it out of there. A T-gun, get it out of there. If it hits a mine, try to keep, if you're using the half track like as part of your strategy, try to keep your engineers close by, like that it can fix it and repair it in case it gets AT grenade, which is the Panzerfaust version for the Soviets. So if its engine gets killed and it slows down, you can have your pioneers nearby to repair it. Also, if it hits a mine, like I said, it's gonna get damaged pretty good. So if it's low health, you don't want it anywhere near the front lines, or even like you supporting your infantries, because one lucky bad shot and it will die. So I will repair it now. And I'll show you how effective it is against infantries with those flame projectors. Flame projectors are also good against buildings, units in buildings, because I explained last week. Any units in a building take more damage from flame weapons. So if you see your opponent using building a lot of the buildings, and you have a flamer half track, you can use that to get them out of there or kill the units in there. So let's see if there's a conscript squad nearby. There you go. You'll see how effective it is to kill the conscript. Now, what you have to be careful is at the early game, maybe your opponent didn't. You see, it's not getting a lot of damage from from that 80 grenade it just did, but from the small arms fire, it didn't get a lot of damage. But you see how fast it killed that squad. So what you have to be careful though is in case your opponent has AT grenades, and that's what it will do to your half track. It will take out about 25% of its health, and it will damage its engine. Now, if you want to move it, you see how slow it is. So you don't want that. So that's why you want to keep your engineers nearby so they can repair it. Now, just to show you a good example, let's say you had an AT gun coming here. You can use your motor to make sure to safeguard your half track's retreat, because it is very slow. So you can use your motor's smoke barrage ability to safeguard your half track, and while it's getting repaired. So you want to avoid 18-8s. So let's say you had a conscript squad that's nearby, you can start killing it and then move it far away from the conscripts, and then go attack it again. So that's what we call a kite. So you go in to shoot a bit, you go back, you retreat a little bit, go in. So that's what you want to do. So let's say we'll do this again. And I'll tell my partner here to try to AT nade. AT nade is anti-tank grenade, and the short name for it is AT nade. So let's say I come here. There's conscripts. There should be conscripts. There they are. So I don't want to get near too close. So I can shoot him like this. No, it's not a good example. But I want to back off like this, okay? Now I got too close and he was able to AT nade me. Okay, so you want to try to back off. So you can rewind, or you can reverse, sorry, by clicking just behind your vehicle, by right-clicking just behind your vehicle. If you click too far, it's gonna want to do a U-turn like this and go forward. So you want to click right behind it, or you can use the reverse move, and that's what you want to do, because you don't want to waste some time for your half track to do a U-turn and then move back. You want it to move back as fast as possible. So it's if it's facing this way, it's a good thing to use reverse move, and move your half track back like this. So that's another important hotkey. Eventually, U for reverse move. It's the same for Soviet or Soviets or Germans. So remember that, U, and then you click, and it's going to reverse like this. So that's how you would try to avoid AT grenades. I'll jump now to the scout car. The scout car, like I said, right now in this patch, it's very vulnerable. I don't know if they're going to be changing it or not, or doing any. So I don't really use it that often, but it does have a good range, a good range of view. So you can use it to scout for your infantries before they attack, in case there's a machine gun waiting for you or something like that. It's good to reveal the snipers. So you can try to use it. You can try to use it to just reveal the sniper, but not in the front at the front lines, because it will get killed. It will get killed. I'm sorry, it gets killed so easily. So You want to try to keep it in the back. Uh, and you can upgrade it with a autocannon, which will do more damage to light vehicles. It even does damage to T-70s, but I do not suggest you try to do that unless you want to finish off a T-70. So here I'll just show you how fast it can kill a Scott car. So I'm gonna try and look for it. So with the autocannon upgrade, it will kill it pretty fast. So if you see your enemy having a Scott car like this, you can use the autocannon to kill it. You see it's almost dead already. So that's a good way, a good counter against a Scott car. But it, like I said, somebody will go, if a Soviet player uses the Scott car, they will probably use a commander that gives them guards. And guards are very, very effective against a Scott car. So I don't really tend to use it that much right now. Infantry awareness at vet 1, so for 10 ammo it will track nearby infantries, so it will reveal infantries on your mini map. So that's a good little ability there. But again, I don't use it that often because right now I don't really build the Scott car. If you're just starting to play, I suggest you, if you see a Scott car from the Soviets, I suggest you try the Scott car in case your opponent doesn't go with guards. You'll have a good advantage with the autocannons to kill that your enemy, to kill that Soviet Scott car. So you see that's another weapon here that that was left on the field, so I can pick it up myself. So that was, you see the light machine gun that I lost with one of the squads. So it's a good idea to always pick up those weapons. You don't want your enemy picking them up. And I can pick up even Panzer Shreks with my... I spoke too fast, because the reason why I can't pick them up is because I picked up one of them is because now they have too many upgrades on them. So the other one that's here, I can pick it up with another. I can pick it up with another squad. So if it's not a bug, if you cannot pick up a weapon, it's probably because your squad already has too many upgrades. Now I'll show you the pack, the anti-tank gun. Any questions in the meantime before I explain the pack? Let me know. No questions? So I'll go ahead and explain the pack. The pack is a bit like the MG for tanks. That's good against tanks. It has an arc of fire. So it's the same principle as your MG. If you hold the right mouse button, it's gonna set up where you've clicked. Now, what's interesting with what you need to know with the pack, yes, it's an anti-tank gun. It does a lot of damage against tank. It's not very effective against infantry, so don't try to. And it does take a lot of damage from small arms fire. So don't leave it unsupported. It's a support weapon, like almost all the other weapons on the squads with the German army. So with the German army, you want to be attacking with your grenadiers and your Panzer grenadiers at the front lines, and use the sniper, the MG, the mortar, or the pack at the in the back of the front lines. So it supports your units. So one thing to know about the pack is you'll see it doesn't have a huge amount of field of view, so it cannot see further than this right now. But it can shoot further than it sees. So, so for example, here, Uh, Let me just ask my partner to bring a T-34. So I'm asking my lost troop in here to bring a T-34 at the ammo point. So if I have my pack right here, and you want it to be in some kind of cover, okay? I don't want to. I don't want to be able to see it. So can just want him to move it a little bit. Okay, good. So now I don't see it, right? Because too close. Okay, I just want to set this up right. Okay, so now I don't see it, right? And I'll set up my pack to here. So you can see that my pack just sees like about here, but it shoots up to here. So what you want to try to do with the pack is keep it again in the background and then bring your units in front so it can scout for it. So, or again with the scout car, that would be a good time to use a scout car like here so it can see up front. But you have to be careful. So you see now it sees further than that it could before because of the scout car and the sniper. The sniper would be a good idea to use. And it starts shooting at the T-34. Now this is not a good angle because it has those hazier that's blocking the view, but now it destroyed it, so now it has a better chance of hitting. So you see, that's what you can do to use the pack at its most at its best availability. So one of the tip of the week from 2-3 weeks ago on coh2.org was attack ground. So we know there's a tank here. We can't see it, but as we know, as I just said, that the pack can shoot up to here. So you can press G which is the hotkey for attack ground, and attack ground, and I'll say attack ground here like that. I'll try to shoot that T-34 even though we don't see it. So that's good to do if you know there's a unit there, even if you don't see it, to attack ground like that, and hope you get it. So you see it did shoot it because I know that it got upgraded. Veteran C, it's Vet 1 now, and he moved it obviously. Before I go tier 3, show the units of tier 3. Any questions? So in order to go tier 3, obviously you need to upgrade to Battle Phase 2. I know the names like don't really correspond, but once you upgrade a Battlefield Phase 1, it's like you're upgrading from Battlefield Phase 1. So you have your tier 2 units, then tier 1 units. No, sorry, it doesn't make sense. I don't know why I was. Oh no, that's it. Once you upgrade to Battle Phase 1, you have access to your tier 2 units, and once you upgrade to Battle Phase 2, you have access to your tier 3. So tier 1 is your Grenadiers, your MG, Mortar, Sniper. Tier 2, your Panzer Grenadiers, half-track, Scout Car, and Pack. And tier 3 is I'll show you, is gonna be Stug, Panzer 4, and what am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something. One last thing I want to show you now is before I jump to tier 3 is the ability from the pack, the Vet 1 ability that's quite useful, which is target weak point. So what that's going to do is if you press that ability and select a tank, it's going to shoot the tank and try to target its weak point. And what that does is it's probably going to disable its engine or shock the crew. So I'll bring another. I'll ask my partner to bring another 234. So I'll use the. Did it shoot? I don't know. It didn't work. I don't even know why. Here, we'll bring another. We'll bring another one. We'll do it again. Yes, that flying. So here, we'll use it again. Well, now it's killed. But anyways, you want to use that ability, target weak point. To disable the other tank. So it's a great ability. You want to try to use that if you think about it during your game. So now let's build up tier 3 and explain you. I'll explain you the units in tier 3. How did I find the range of the pack? Here, the range, it's the yellow cone here. So it's all of this. So if I bring back my units here in the back, if I click on the pack, you can see that it can only see in this circle. That's its field of view. But it can shoot all this cone of fire. So up to here. So you can attack ground also up to here. You see if I move my mouse